my friends, for coming to join us on this very sad occasion when we're celebrating a symbolic memorial for the Earth.
Gentle spirits of the endless universe, we mingle here today to mourn the death of the late great Earth and her children. In the beginning, when the Earth was bountiful in life, we watched with great wonder and amazement at the Creator's great menagerie. Beloved Mother Earth, the goddess Gaia, was a paradise unrivaled in the cosmos. Yet angst and trepidation gripped us as humanity gained an upper hand, for men were violent and prone to war and could not resist their lust for killing. Where the thoughts of common humanity? Where the practice for compassionate life? They conjured machines of devastation, anointed them Minuteman and Trident, more aptly named Lucifer and Satan. With fallible command and faulty control, they chanced to spin a fortune's wheel and lost. Their phallic missiles, launched in all-out war, extracted from dear Earth a monstrous cause.
Never again will songs of birds in spring carry through the woodland canopy. Never again will the doe with her fawn grace the firmament with nimble gait. Never again will cries of children at play delight the ears of all who wander near. Never again will kiss of young lovers thrill their beating hearts with tender joy. Now is the winter of our discontent, and a long nuclear winter holds sway. The jewel of the universe is dead, covered in soot and radioactive decay. In sorrowful lament, we raise our voices, initiating this awful death of wrath.
We are the hope, you and me. We need to speak up and say no to big oil. Say no to agribusiness. Say no to the greed of Wall Street. Say no to corporate personhood. And say no to the taproot of all violence that is the vast military-industrial complex with its wasteful, immoral, and illegal Trident weapon system. But what can we do? We're just people. As my friend Jackie Hudson, and indeed Pope Francis said, go step one step outside of your comfort zone on any issue that strikes you that will save the Earth. Wear a button, write a letter, talk to your legislator.
In just a day's time, I'm heading for New York, and we're going to be having a global wave goodbye to nuclear weapons as part of the Peace and Planet Conference there. We're doing a preemptive wave today, and this is going to be publicized globally.
And then join us, please, in the procession to the Federal Building, where we will meet with our Senators Maria Cantwell and Patty Murray.
What's the question?
Please fasten your seatbelts. Seatbelts.
What if we continue on this path of destruction? Are we doomed? Is there no hope for us? The answer, my friends, is a resounding yes, there is hope. We are the hope. You and me and every person on this planet can be the hope. We need to say no to the issues that are destroying the earth. Say no to big oil. Say no to corporate personhood. And say no to the taproot of all violence that is the vast military-industrial complex.
Tommy Bauer. I'm the Senator's Director of State Outreach here in the state. So
I'm Mona Lee. I live in Southeast Seattle, but I own property that's the closest property to the Trident Wharf. We held a symbolic funeral for the Earth in downtown that the U.S. has decided to spend $1 trillion to completely modernize its entire nuclear weapons arsenal. Modernized weapon system will have first strike capability to wipe out the weapon silos of other nations. So the other nations will then modernize their weapon systems. What could happen is if one country perceives a threat, it would be motivated to use its weapon instead of lose its weapon. The Russians are supporting rebels to overthrow that government. If the U.S. decides to support that government with weapons, that's basically kind of declaring war against Russia. This $1 trillion that's being spent to modernize the nuclear weapon system should be spent for health care, education, and human needs, not nuclear modernization.
I'm Michael Sutroth. I live in Belfair, Washington. School teacher, environmentalist, and I would like to believe helping to prevent a nuclear war.
I'm Mary Hansen, and I live in Northeast Seattle. Militaries worldwide are the largest source of carbon pollution. They're the biggest risk for global warming. We have to demilitarize. People say that we're unrealistic. It's very unrealistic to think that we can go 50 years into the future fully militarized with the risk of nuclear accident, nuclear weapons, and the risk of having nuclear weapons. All of those are risks that are unacceptable risks, but driving rather than mitigating global warming. Our children deserve better. Taking all that trillion is taking it away from the next generation, you and your kids.
I'm Elizabeth Murray. I'm currently member in residence at the Ground Zero Center for Nonviolent Action. I had a previous incarnation as a political analyst with the CIA for 27 years. I'm now retired and dedicating the rest of my life to working for peace.
I'm Marianne Mabbitt, and I'm a neighbor to the sub-base at Kitsap. The dangers now of even a non-nuclear accident, if there's just a rocket fuel accident, the two wharfs combined would create a fireball that would extend way beyond what the emergency preparedness has warned us about. And we're particularly concerned because a big accident there would wipe out anything within 50 miles. Kim?
I'm Kim Loftness. Need to leave our children and grandchildren a much better life than a life that is just constant and endless war. We just cannot leave this earth in a shambles like we're heading to do so right at this time. We just can't do this any longer. It's not sustainable.
Cutting to the chase, the U.S. is planning to build 12 new ballistic missile submarines to replace the current Trident fleet. They're in research and development. It'll cost approximately $100 billion just for construction. Everyone wants to have their ballistic missile submarines, whether it's India and Pakistan, China, creating a nuclear arms race and a new Cold War, and it's extremely dangerous.
International law says that wars of mass destruction are illegal, and we are, as the United States, signers of those international laws. And every day that we perpetuate the preparation of nuclear war, we are in violation of those international laws.
I'm headed back for the Peace and Planet Conference and the beginning of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty Review Conference, and be there. We'll be helping the Japanese deliver their over 5 million petitions for a global nuclear weapons convention, and try to make some serious noise to civil society demanding good faith efforts.
We also have an action coming up at the Ground Zero Center in Bldg, Washington on May 9th and 10th, commemorating Mother's Day.
Happy travels. Yes, goes well in New York.